competing in the preliminary matchup here. Happy to have you along for this one. I'm Joe Malfa. These two teams hoping to get placed into a group with a victory today. The winner of this matchup will enter Group B, which features Costa Rica, the United States, and Canada. Winner take all here between Honduras and Nicaragua in this preliminary matchup. In the inaugural edition, as I mentioned, of the Concacaf W Futsal Championship, we will have the first ever Concacaf Women's World Cup, or rather FIFA Women's World Cup, coming later this year in the Philippines, starting on November 21st. This tournament will be the qualification pathway through to that World Cup, with the two finalists from the Concacaf Futsal Championship making it to the FIFA Futsal World Cup. Inaugural edition on the women's side here in 2025. Fans entering the Domo Polideportivo here in Guatemala take in Honduras and Nicaragua. It's a lot of unknowns coming into this one as far as how all of these teams stack up against each other. We'll learn a lot about these teams in the coming days. Pecking order will start to take shape here in CONCACAF. There is not even an official CONCACAF Women's Futsal ranking yet, because this is so new, this being the inaugural edition in the year of the inaugural World Cup. We'll find out a lot today about Honduras and Nicaragua, the two teams bidding to make it into the group. And there you see the United States staff members and players, staff members here from Canada, all getting a look, scouting here for which of these teams will join their group. In Group A, it's Guatemala, the hosts, Cuba, Mexico, and Panama. And again, in Group B, feature Costa Rica, the United States, Canada, and either Honduras or Nicaragua. Teams are set to take the court. We'll have national anthems, lineups, and kick in a moment.
Damas y caballeros, les pedimos que se de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Honduras, seguido del himno nacional de Nicaragua.
teams are ready to get things going here in the opening match of the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship. Preliminary matchup here between Honduras and Nicaragua. The winner getting inserted into Group B. A winner-take-all between these two sides to continue on in this tournament. Otherwise, it'll be a short stay here in Guatemala for one of these two teams. Let's meet the lineups for both Honduras and Nicaragua, starting with Honduras. Kelly Bustillo in goal. Erica Cardenas, Linda Moncada, Catherine Amador, and Alison Pastrana round out the starting group for head coach Rafaela Argueta. Now, the nature of futsal, for those of you perhaps new to the sport, there are a lot of substitutions on the fly. So just because this is the starting group does not mean we will not see plenty of the others cycling through here. Substitutions happening on the fly very quickly. Clock does stop, and the ball is out of play in this sport. 2 20-minute halves to be played. Andrea Davila of Guatemala, the lead match official in charge, along with Jordanka Puyu of Cuba, Minor Quintana of Guatemala, and Colin Abel of Guyana as the fourth official. Captains meeting for the coin toss. Start things off. Nelly Bustillo, the goalkeeper, the captain for Honduras. Diana Ortega, the captain for Nicaragua. Great unknown that we are stepping into here. The inaugural matchup of this tournament. There are no official rankings on the women's futsal side here in CONCACAF. This is new for everybody. Our first venture into this competition. Surely we'll establish a pecking order after this tournament. See which of these teams emerge, make the final, and the two finalists then make the World Cup beginning in November in the Philippines. The first ever FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup. A year of first here. The women's side in futsal. Great to be a part of it. To begin this CONCACAF Futsal Championship, the starting lineup for Nicaragua: Amy Uros in goal, Diana Ortega the captain, Hermine Pais, Adriana Munguia, and Hannah Lee rounding out the starting group for Carlos Sotela. Tournament beginning here today, carrying on through May the 4th, this Sunday. Top two teams that make that final on the 4th go on to the World Cup as CONCACAF's representatives. "41 eligible nations for this tournament. 9 members enter the tournament. That odd number necessitated this preliminary matchup to take place between Honduras and Nicaragua. It's Honduras in the white, Nicaragua in the blue, and we are ready to go here in Guatemala. Opening match of the 2025 CONCACAF W Futsal Championship, inaugural edition here in the play-in preliminary between Honduras and Nicaragua. Ortega, the captain. Nice move from Hannah Lee, weaving through. Hannah Lee just puts it wide. And those of you new to futsal, you noticed there, as that shot went out, clock stopped. Clock does stop when the ball is out of play. 2 20-minute periods. Blasted from a distance, but wide. Each side with their first efforts of the match. Nothing for Jamie Uros, the goalkeeper, to deal with that time. Brought ahead by Ortega. Hannah Lee, Ortega. Possession will remain here with Nicaragua. Munguia. Munguia for Ortega. Ortega finds Pais. Good defensive shape from Honduras, forcing Nicaragua back. Now an incisive movement. Springs Pais into space. And out of play. Honduras will gain possession. Top 2 teams in each group will make it to the semifinal. That takes place on Saturday this week. Final on Sunday. Carlos Hotel out looking on, in charge of this Nicaraguan side. Long throw out from the goalkeeper Bustillo, and emergency defending from Nicaragua. Finding their time to put the ball down. Only a couple of seconds to get the ball in. You see the referee counting it off. Have to hurry here to get it in play. They do. It snuck through. Chance here for Honduras. Played across the area. Selfless play from Catherine Amador. Might have been better suited just going for goal. Now it's the other way through Pais. Ortega. With it again. Played along for Ortega. Had it blocked. Struggling to find anything right now, Nicaragua, beyond the halfway line. Moncada. Out of play, stays with Honduras. Good move this from Honduras. Got it inside for Amador. Amador battling. Munguia fighting for it for Nicaragua. Player down for Honduras is Catherine Amador. Back to her feet. Good ball to the end line. Falling down. Erika Cardenas couldn't do much with it. Honduras have found more of those incisive balls so far. Well, Nicaragua have controlled more of it. That first goal comes, a historic moment it will be. Maybe it's here through Ortega. Ortega, touched over the bar by Bustillo. Still looking for that first ever goal here in this inaugural edition of the Concacaf W Futsal Championship in this play-in matchup between Honduras and Nicaragua. The tournament proper begins tomorrow. From the corner, taken away. Breakaway here for Amador. Catherine Amador chipping in. A brilliant way to get the goal scoring started here in the Concacaf W Futsal Championship. Catherine Amador on the chip. Came off of a defensive set piece. They kept their shape. A miscue by Nicaragua. Good hustle from Amador. And the skill to just dink it over the top. Not easy to accomplish that from that close in at that speed. Could not have asked for a better first goal in this tournament's history. Honduras trying to build on it, but not there. Try here from distance for Nicaragua, goes wide. Took a deflection though. Driven ball in from the corner, right back where it came from. That'll go down as the first accumulated foul of the match against Nicaragua. And those of you new to futsal, you have to keep an eye on the foul counter. After 5 accumulated fouls and a half, it results in a direct free kick from the second penalty mark for a team. That's that dot right there, a few yards outside of the penalty arc. So that's just the first accumulated foul against Nicaragua. Try from the free kick, and it goes through. Surprising the goalkeeper, Uro. She was looking at her post as if it was going wide, and it snuck in. Upset with her wall for turning and not being positioned properly. Raquel Alvarado came on just to take the free kick and then went off. Look at the spin on that one. Uroz just misread it around the wall. It curls in 2 for Honduras. Nicaragua now need to find a way to stop the momentum here and find one of their own. It's given away instead. Can Honduras make it 3? No. From the corner, loose in front, Amador. Nicaragua on it. Ortega. Just 5 minutes gone in this first half. Ball has gone out of play a lot. Not a lot of this setup attack, bleeding that clock. Game hasn't really found its rhythm, but Honduras has found 2 goals. Taken away again at midfield, and another foul against Nicaragua. Amador has been a pest for this Nicaraguan side, and a yellow card issued to Ortega. 2 accumulated fouls on Nicaragua. From the free kick, going for goal, saved by Uroz. Another giveaway carelessly by Honduras. Honduras brimming with confidence now, causing issues for Nicaragua. 2 goals of their own. Given away though, at the back now by Nicaragua, as they try again to build something. Reyna Hernandez is coming off the bench and giving that one away. Almost halfway through in this first half. Out near midfield, slip through, oh, flick on, good effort there. Good idea, I should say, from Karen Valdez. Execution lacked. Played through, chance to get one back for Nicaragua. Big save made by Bustillo. Not working out right now for Nicaragua. They're trying to set up in this possession, trying to build from the back. Maria Rivas gives this one away. Honduras have just been playing mistake-free right now, and they've capitalized on 2 Nicaraguan mistakes. That's how they score their goals. Intercepted by Nicaragua through Rosamena, all the way back to Uroz. Connecting passes right now, Nicaragua. Here's Valdez. One back though by Nicaragua. And back again to Honduras. Taken away by Nicaragua. Loose in front, looking for Mena. Stay with Nicaragua. Ixel Guzman. Rosamena. Back to Guzman. Across halfway. Wanted it back on the return ball on the give and go, and it's dribbled out by Nicaragua. Goals have been scored by Catherine Amador and Raquel Alvarado for Honduras. The only yellow card so far, Diana Ortega of Nicaragua. Nice motion this, going for goal. Hannah Lee had it blocked. Hannah Lee takes it back. Hannah Lee, save made. A couple of big saves made now by Nelly Bustillo in goal. Going for goal, it's pulled wide. Hernandez looking for Mena, coming through with it, Mena. Right back the other way for Honduras. Alvarado. Alvarado with the goal already on that free kick. Comes back the other way. Hannah Lee for Nicaragua. Cut out, intercepted. Back to Guzman. Guzman wanted to go for goal, had it blocked. Halfway through this first half, on the turn, finally a chance for Lee, laying it off for Hernandez, knocked away. Given away on the play in there from Honduras to Nicaragua, saved by Bustillo. Rebound finally put in. Nicaragua had been knocking on the door. They cut the deficit in half on the goal by Reina Hernandez. Bustillo's made a few big saves for Honduras. Finally, the pressure from Nicaragua catches up to them. And a timeout taken here by Honduras, perhaps to stabilize things. Each side getting their timeout. They choose to use it now. They have the 2 goals on the takeaway, breakaway chip from Amador, and then the free kick from Alvarado. But the rest of the open run of play moments have really belonged to Nicaragua, finally culminating in that goal by Hernandez. Halfway through this first half, Honduras 2, Nicaragua 1. Preliminary match, the play in here between Honduras and Nicaragua. The winner joins Group B, the loser goes home. 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship, inaugural edition.
¿Cuántas ocasiones hemos tenido? Ya se dio cuenta que si pega de largo, hay claridad. ¿Listo? Lo mismo, segura, fijadito.
Out of the timeout, how does Honduras respond? They haven't really set up with any opportunities on their own from the open run of play. It just came from their free kick and that one breakaway. The rest of the controllers belong to Nicaragua. Referee having some words with player on Nicaragua, fixing the sock with a shin guard for Rosamena. From the quick play in, touched away from Uroz. Good strike by Alvarado, who has a goal already. Played back in and saved. Foul first against Honduras. 2 accumulated fouls so far against Nicaragua. That's the first against Honduras. 5 in each half allowed per team. Then it's a kick from the second penalty mark. Ortega takes the free kick. Touched out of play by Amador. Back to Ortega. Has run the point here for Nicaragua. A couple of giveaways, though, from Ortega, including one that led to a goal. She wins it back, though, here. Another foul against Nicaragua. 50-50 ball, but the call goes against Nicaragua. It's the 3rd foul against them. Played in for the free kick. Loose in front, off the post, still loose and put in. A chaotic moment in front results in Catherine Amador's 2nd goal of the day. Honduras restores the 2-goal lead. Only a minute of actual playing time has passed since Honduras called that timeout after conceding. It's paid off so far, restoring that 2-goal lead. Ortega. Through from Mena. Still Mena. Played in from the wide position. Back to Nicaragua, preparing 2 changes to come on here on the fly. Hernandez, the goal scorer, one of them. Very stop and start this first half so far between these sides. Honduras looking for more. It's blocked in front by Ortega, put right back in, but wide. Under 8 to play in this first half. On the turn, Hannah Lee, corner. From the corner, back out to Ortega, blocked. Another chance at a breakaway here for Honduras. Ortega does a better job recovering this time. That's how they score their first goal, Honduras. Just like that, off of a corner. Back the other way, it's Menas letting it through. It's still loose. Bodies in front, Honduras clears. Player down, injured, back behind it all for Honduras. Linda Moncada down. Right there. She had her toe stepped on. Played through, now wide, off target. Starting to make some inroads, Nicaragua, through this build-up play. Given away by the goalkeeper off the throw. Played back in, still loose there for Lee. Brought away by Honduras. Next move again, into space. Stumbling at the end there was Cardenas, but a good movement for Honduras. Steele barking out the orders defensively. And they were listened to. Nice block from Honduras, but right back in though by Hannah Lee. Blocked again. Hernandez. Time ticking down in this first half. Just over 6 minutes to go. Given away. Nicaragua looking for a moment here. Cleared. Ortega misfires. Nicaragua from wide. It's blocked. It's on the shot by Hannah Lee. Played in from the play-in spot. On the kick in for Nicaragua. And they will choose to use their timeout here.
Damas y caballeros, tiempo muerto para el equipo de Nicaragua.
Para obligarlos a, si juegan aquí, ahí sí las vamos a terminar. Pero si estamos acá, nos están tirando las bolas de aquí atrás. ¿Ok? Entonces, nos echamos para atrás un poco Si tiran, aquí estamos nosotros. Si sacan, ahí vamos a presionar. Ok, el tiro de esquina, está aquí al lado. Ana, vos aquí, Adri, vos hacer, vos aquí, Reina, y la
Listening in there to the huddle for Nicaragua. There's been some positives in this half, but they have not been able to convert a lot of their opportunities. From the corner after the timeout, Lee shots it in. Blocked away. Quickly put back into play. Now wide again. Players in front for Nicaragua, back out to Ortega. Hernandez. Honduras getting a lot of bodies back behind the ball and not allowing much defensively. Given away though, out of the back, Lee. Hernandez trying to get it back to Lee, could not connect. Lee. Hernandez flicks it on, played through, Lee deflected, and it trickles in. Second goal of the day for Reina Hernandez for Nicaragua. Brilliant build-up, quick, incisive passing. Whatever was said in that timeout from Carlos Sotelo worked. Starts with the back heel, she gets it back. It deflects off of Valdez, but not enough on it. Still, spin over the line. A one-goal game again. Honduras did a good job of responding the last time they conceded, getting right back on it with a 2-goal lead. Drop back to Pais, now Ortega. Corner. Lee. Lee goes for goal, saved. Given away. That's the second foul now against Honduras. Sent long by Honduras, blocked down by Nicaragua. They've been the better of the sides here in this first half. But Honduras has been able to capitalize on moments like this. Amador barreling in it again, lays it through, saved by Uroz. Those moments where Nicaragua misfires and plays a lazy ball at midfield, that's where Honduras have been able to excel. Played through, nice build again from Nicaragua. Lee blocked, loose, comes back out to Lee. Try from distance here, pulled wide. Try from distance, almost flicked on, and almost surprised Nelly Bustillo, who still made the stop. Two and a half minutes to go in this first half. Nicaragua have not been able to tie up the score since 0-0. They've been chasing Honduras, who scored the opening 2 goals. They made it 3-1. They can draw this level before halftime. Nicaragua could change the complexion entirely going into the break. Work through, right back the other way. Amador coming in alone again. Amador chased down, great tackle put in. Now Hannah Lee, and they turn defense into offense. Whistle goes against Nicaragua, that's foul number 4. So, with 1:39 to go, they cannot commit any more fouls in this half. If they do, it'll be a kick from the second penalty mark for Honduras. Can ill afford to gift them that opportunity here, trailing. Flipped over the top, knocked down by Ortega. She was pulled. Carlos Sotella, Nicaraguan head coach, wanted a foul called there. Cutting in, it's Lee, goes cross court. A minute to play. Continuing to excel and control the ball, Nicaragua. Honduras not allowing many opportunities. Long throw out from Bustillo. Foul against Honduras. They're not up against it. It's only their third. But it will be a yellow card, though, for Raquel Alvarado to contend with. Only their third. Less than a minute to go. They should be fine. Fouls reset at halftime.
Damas y caballeros, tarjeta amarilla para
Ortega stands over it. Ortega goes for goal, saved. Final 30 seconds. Down the sideline, Honduras. Couldn't get a shot off. Still loose though, almost given away as a corner. Final 10 seconds. Can they get one more shot off Nicaragua? Trying to tie before the break. 7 seconds. Honduras holds strong. Kick incoming. Played through. 3 seconds. Ortega has to shoot, and the time will expire here. Honduras leading 3-2 at the break in this play-in matchup in the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship. Winner goes through to Group B in the main draw of the tournament.
marcador de Honduras 3, Nicaragua 2.
Nicaragua, the better of the two sides, I'd say, for much of that half in terms of the control. Just moments where they lapsed. Honduras was able to capitalize. Nicaragua grew into the half, continued to assert more control. And we play on now in the second half. Honduras beginning in the possession. Clean slate of fouls now for both teams. It was Nicaragua getting dangerously close to giving away the kick from the second penalty mark in that first half with 4 fouls. Physical at times. Nicaragua trying to set right back up in that possession. And allow them to excel in that first half. Work through for Lee and just wide. Oh, that was the moment to immediately equalize here in this second half. She's been in some really good areas, Lee, but hasn't found that scoring touch yet. First foul of this half, and as I mentioned, it was Nicaragua toying with that line in that first half, almost conceding a kick from the second penalty mark. There's her first foul of the half. Only yellow cards from the first half were Diana Ortega of Nicaragua, Raquel Alvarado of Honduras. Looks to be all right as she leaves the court now. Erika Cardenas. Still a free kick to come for Honduras. Alvarado scored one free kick already and nearly finds another. Give and go, played through, some contact there. Long toss out the other way. Unclear what the stoppage is for this time. Drop ball, put back into play for Nicaragua. We carry on. Work through for Lee, runs on by. contact there. As Amador looks to get it upfield, there's 2 goals in this one. Amador wins it back again. Amador cutting in, lays it off, the shot deflected. Fraction on the kick in from Honduras. Come the other way now. Infraction on the kick in from Nicaragua now. Didn't see that from either side in the first half. We've seen it twice now in the first couple of moments of the second half. 1 from each side. From that kick in, saved. Well done by Uroz. Corner for Honduras, looking to restore a 2-goal lead. They've led 2-0 and 3-1. From the corner, settled. Amador saved again. Played in from the corner and pulled. Long throw out from Uroz, given away. Amador. Amador spins and plays it back. Moncada. Amador. Given away. It's getting very tight now here in the second half between these two sides in a 1-goal game. Could sense the tension rising. Winner goes through to Group B of the main draw of the tournament beginning tomorrow. The 2 finalists make the World Cup in November in the Philippines. Cardenas. Good to see her back out there after leaving injured a little while ago. Hannah Lee now carrying in. Lee had it blocked. No foul called, just a stoppage here to tend to the injury. One back by Nicaragua, played through. Oh, they get in each other's way there. Right as Mena and Hernandez were set to do something. They collide with each other. Be a corner here for Nicaragua. Technically a kick in, but right from the corner. It was essentially as good as a corner, but as good as nothing in the end for Nicaragua. Wasted opportunity for a couple of substitutions here on the fly. Played through, Lee all alone, save made by Bustillo. The most open look Nicaragua has had probably all day, even more so than the 2 goals they scored. Bustillo with a big stop and now an injury. Munguia injured for Nicaragua. Munguia, he tended to here, that left leg. He walks away on her own power, but still limping. And quite a bit of discomfort as she's subbed off momentarily. Nicaragua continues to possess and control in the attacking half, but just when can and will they start connecting more? Starting to run out of time. Oh, given away by Honduras. Can they hurry here, Nicaragua? They want the ball played back in quickly. And moment passed. Good defensive recovery from Honduras. Played in from Mena. Some contact there, not enough for a foul call. Hernandez. Pais. Still Pais. All the way back for Bustillo. Goalkeeper playing it through. Out for a Nicaraguan possession. Worked back, swing and a miss from midfield. Flicked on by Amador, too much on it. Could have been off to the races again for Honduras. Nice give and go, Lee, back post! Oh, well worked, Nicaragua ties it up. It had been mounting and finally the breakthrough. Rosa Mena taps it in. Back to square one.
Damas y caballeros, gol para el equipo de Nicaragua.
Momentum as I've said, has been on Nicaragua's side. Can they take the lead? Yes! First lead of the day right off the kickoff. Rosamena back-to-back. They've been the better of the two sides. The fortune hadn't been in their favor, but they've started to create their own luck, and now they lead 4-3. This might be a good time for a timeout if you're Honduras. Looking and feeling a bit shell-shocked right now after conceding twice in the span of 10 seconds. Well, they won't use the timeout, they'll just carry on. Can they keep it going now? Nicaragua, this is 3 unanswered goals. Remember, they were down 3-1. Pressure from Honduras. Almost won it back. Kept in by Nicaragua. Mena just scored twice, lays it off, gets it back. Pressure from Honduras, winning it at the halfway line. For the first time now having a battle from behind today. A spot in Group B on the line in this play-in matchup. Lee, good tackle put in. Give and go. There for Nicaragua, this shot, and it's just wide. On the shot, it's wide and off target. Looking to build on this lead, Nicaragua. 3 unanswered goals. Looking back post, oh, almost. It was on there for Maria Arvizu. Honduras, that's their first shot since going down a goal. Flipped in over the top. Nicaragua now in control. They have been much of the day. Finally, the goals have started coming as well. Be numbers here, looking in behind for Nicaragua. Bustillo has it. Stoppage here for an injury. Moncada went down awkwardly. Almost halfway through this second half. Nicaragua entered this half down 3-2. Now they lead 4-3. Munguia. It's interesting how quickly Nicaragua have slowed this pace to a crawl after taking the lead. This match has taken on a completely different identity after Nicaragua have taken the lead. They've been the side with possession for much of the day, and they've been trailing for much of the day after the early goals from Honduras. So that meant a quick tempo, always going forward, but now with the lead, they're maintaining that possession, but doing so at the back. As I say that, they give it away. Honduras trying to break out in transition. Right back to Nicaragua. Work through, fake of the shot there, now played ahead. Promising build this for Nicaragua. Can they find another and take a 5-3 lead saved by Bustillo? Keeping it in the attacking end, blocked away by Moncada. And they're struggling to get it out of their own end. Given away out of the back, good read from Ortega, the captain. Ortega plays it across, the shot, there it is! The hustle from Ortega, the finish from Arvizu. Nicaragua have scored 4 unanswered and lead 5-3. And Ortega is injured at the moment as well. She took herself out of that play, hobbling at the end line after she delivered. Right there, you see it in the background. She had just enough to make the play still happen. more unanswered goals. Honduras are on the ropes right now. Get the sense that a goal from Honduras has to come in the next 3 minutes or so to give them some life. Free kick for Honduras. This could be their way back in. Played in for the free kick, touched off the post. Still loose, saved. Another chance here for Honduras, blocked. That was their chance to get back into this one. Played in again and saved by Uroz. Corner for Honduras. Maybe that last flurry restores some confidence and momentum for Honduras. Forced a big save, a big block, and hit the post. Played back in, gathered, still loose, and now pounced to officially by Uroz to safety, rolls it out. At least just relieves the pressure now. With the ball down at the other end for the first time in what felt like ages for Nicaragua. Nicaragua find another. It might be done. Save made. It's already a long road back now at 5-3, but if it gets to 6-3, that might be lights out. From the corner. Have to be careful if you're Nicaragua on these corners now not to allow a run out the other way for Honduras. Foul against Honduras. Free kick here in a decent spot. Yellow card as well to Amador. Seven minutes to play, give it away. Amador coming in. Amador saved by Uroz. Those are the giveaways you can ill afford right now on set pieces if you're Nicaragua. And a timeout for Honduras. Trying to talk it over here. Under 7 minutes to play, down 2 goals. It needs to start happening now.
Si en algún momento quedan de 2, digamos, ganen esto y quedan de 2, ahí amenazamos libre pase. Ok, no echamos para atrás ahora.
Pieces moving around the board for Carlos Sotela.
No
Now trying to navigate defending a lead for Nicaragua after they trailed 3-1.
Vamos ganando por 2 goles. Entonces, sostenemos el balón aquí. Podemos estar tocando. Si vienen, ahí aparecemos entre líneas y ya les hacemos
Timeout was fruitful in the first half for Honduras. They scored less than a minute after they talked it over. They could use that again now. Played through, loose in front. It's got to happen soon for Honduras, getting one back. Right back the other way. Oh, big challenge put in by Moncada. Writhing in pain, Maria Rivas.
Damas y caballeros, los dejo por la fiesta americana.
Moncada picks up a yellow. .6:10 to go. Nicaragua with another goal would feel like they'd put this to bed. Corner coming now. Played through and over the bar. Long throw ahead. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Battle for control here. Honduras almost takes it to Ramador. Work through on the turn. It's fed to Lee. Back out to the edge of the area. Misfired by Pais. Less urgency from Nicaragua, but they don't need it anymore. They're up by 2. Now they just have to hold on. The spot in Group B would be theirs. Lee goes for it. Saved by Bustillo. Another chance brewing for Nicaragua. It's over the bar. Another foul called. Moncada holding her throat. picks up a yellow for that challenge. 5 minutes to go in this match. Still working on the throat, it looks like, of Moncada. Took an elbow to that area inadvertently. Foul still called and a yellow still issued, but didn't seem like any malintent. Ready to begin again now. From the free kick, Honduras. Ball just over the line. Sloppy it's been for Honduras. Again, they felt and seemed shell-shocked after they conceded to go down 4-3 and then doubling down just a little while later to make it 5. They have not been able to bounce back. Nicaragua had been in total control in the first half, even though they were trailing. A couple of unfortunate moments and capitalizing by Honduras. Look out here. Almost gifted a goal back. That's why Honduras was ahead. But in the long run, it felt like Nicaragua would shine through. Now it's Lee. Under 4 minutes. Really winding down now for Honduras. Nicaragua done a good job of possessing since taking a lead and killing clock. Not allowing anything in the meantime. Chance zone now for Honduras, and it's in! Moncada pulls one back, and all of a sudden, maybe momentum shifts again. Three and a half to play. The momentum shift again. Can Nicaragua hold on, or the pressures amount to them? Lee plays it ahead and gathered by Bustillo. Long throw out from Bustillo. And a foul against Honduras with just over 3 to play. Flipped over the top and out of play. Looks like Nicaragua will take their timeout now. 2:46 to go. They'd been in control. They'd scored 4 unanswered goals to go from 3-1 down to 5-3 up. Now Honduras has scored to put an end to that run under 3 minutes to play. Nicaragua just trying to find a way to hold on. Bustillo in some pain here, not moving that right arm. See some anguish on her face. Arm already has some spots heavily taped, especially those couple of fingers that are taped together. Laying it all on the line here. What this means to both of these nations. Inaugural edition of the Concacaf W Futsal Championship. 9 teams applied to be entered. Have to get it down to 8. So there's this play in between these two sides. The winner joins Group B for the main draw of the tournament beginning tomorrow. This Saturday we'll have the semifinals. Sunday, the championship. On Saturday, the 2 winners will punch a spot into the World Cup in the Philippines later this year. Then on Sunday, we crown the inaugural champion. Which of these 2 teams will play on? Win today, earn the right to play 3 more games. Lose today, it's all over. Floated in and out of play. To take a deflection, corner for Honduras. Played in, blocked again, where it started out in the corner. Nicaragua trying to break out. Bustillo staying in after receiving the medical attention. Amador chipping, Amador scoring! She scored the first of the day on a chip. She scores the 5th of the day on a chip. We're level at 5 with 2:43 remaining. Honduras did well in that timeout to restart their momentum and put themselves back in a position. Back in play, 5-5, coming down the wire. On the turn, Amador going for goal, pulling it wide. The tone has shifted again in this one. 2 5-minute periods of extra time to be played, and then penalties if need be. Saved by Bustillo. Something tells me there'll be more opportunities, though, before we get to a potential extra time. Worked back for Rivas. Cross court. Nicaragua trying to take a lead again, cutting in its lead, losing it to Amador. Amador flips it ahead, out of play. 1:28 to play. Sent in from Honduras. Amador goes down, wanted a free kick. She won it. Nicaraguan bench up in arms. Did not feel that call was warranted. But a free kick from this range could be what Honduras needs. They've utilized Raquel Alvarado on all of these free kicks, and here she comes again. She hasn't played much, but she subs in for all of these free kicks, as we've learned here today. And she scored on one of these direct free kicks. The second goal of the game. There's not much room here. All 4 players forming a wall in front of the keeper. Does Alvarado go for goal or play it off? Alvarado goes for goal. Still loose. Alvarado again wins a corner. And she subs right back out. Flared in and saved by Uroz. A minute to play in regular time. It's been dramatic today. Amador to the sideline. Amador wouldn't have it any other way for the inaugural match in the inaugural tournament. Setting the bar high for what is to come the rest of the week. From the corner, loose in front, and it's just off target from Amador. .43 seconds to go. Amador puts in a tackle. Lee in front, on the turn, deflected. Bustillo with it. 30 seconds. Seems like we're on the brink of extra time. Is there a late winner? And very late it be. Lee, space, Lee gives it up. The save made by Bustillo. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Played in front. The shot, it's just wide. We're going to go to extra time. Nicaragua gave it a go in the closing seconds. 2 really good looks, but a big save from Bustillo and a miss. Thrown back in, 1.2 seconds. It bounces, horn sounds. We go to extra time. 2 5-minute periods and then penalties in the first ever match, in the first ever Concacaf Futsal Championship on the women's side here in 2025. Teams are set to begin the first extra time period. 2 5-minute periods followed if needed by penalties. 5-5. It was 5-3 in the late stages in favor of Nicaragua, who had scored 4 unanswered. But Honduras answered in a big way with 2 late goals to send it to extra time. Here we go. Tripped up, first foul of the extra time. Free kick for Nicaragua. Rolled back. And off target. Long throw out. Won back by Nicaragua. Lee lays it off. Back to Lee on the turn, lost it. On the go for goal, it's saved by Uroz. Lee struggling and commits the foul. Played through, looking for Lee. Now it's Amador, her goal tied it at 5. Amador to her left foot, Amador cuts it back. Loose in front, the back heel blocked. Lee races out the other way. Lee drops it back. Munguia goes for a goal, saved by Bustillo. Played in from the corner and blasted well off target. Back in. by Honduras, trying to extend their momentum from the way regulation ended. But it's been back to Nicaragua, the control. Amador, ever dangerous today. Amador cutting, trying to lay it back through. Gets it back, Amador. Touches it away. More than halfway through this first extra time. Worked through for Lee. Laid off. The shot saved by Bustillo. Rebound put over the bar. Taken back now by Amador for Honduras. Amador trying to create space past Ortega, wins a corner. Well, not quite a corner, but close. The way it trickled out. Honduras building. Lee takes it back. Careless giveaway in the middle of the court. Other way now for Nicaragua. Lee plays it through. Good build for Nicaragua. Saved again by Bustillo. A lot of big saves have been made by Bustillo in this one. She's been a warrior. She's had a few different instances where the trainers have had to come out and look at that taped up right hand. Minute 18 left. This is a developing story now for how good Bustillo has been today. Sonia Matute, the backup goalkeeper, has been warming up, and it looks like Bustillo will try and carry on. Looks like for at least a moment, Bustillo will come off. And Nicaragua take advantage of this. Backup goalkeeper coming in cold from the corner. Played through. Lee tried to test the keeper but couldn't. And right back to it for Bustillo. So Nicaragua never got a chance to test the backup keeper. Bustillo throws it back into play. Final minute of this first extra time. No goals scored in this period. Some contact there. Not enough for a foul to be called. Try from distance, deflects, loose in front, back door, saved by Bustillo, who's down again. It's right back to her feet this time. Deflection, corner. Fifteen seconds to go. Final 4 seconds of this first extra time. Deflection, loose in front. First extra time comes and goes without any change in the score. 5-5 as we head to the second extra time. Penalties beyond that if need be.
Pero le facilitamos la marca, ¿por qué? Porque yo corro y mi par sigue conmigo. Me devuelvo, mi par sigue conmigo. No desajustamos la defensa. Tenemos una ansiedad. A veces estamos tirando lo loco, los pases, ni damos. Ahora hicimos un buen al fondo y cerramos. Pero no medimos que la oportunidad viene por aquí, no la vemos. Entonces, en el momento que la desajustamos a ella, por ejemplo, es el gol. Hay un momento que la desajustamos y la dejamos a ella aquí atrás, rápido al fondo, para tirar la superioridad posicional, sigue, juego y gol. Pero rápido se va al fondo.
Players back out onto the court. Second extra time set to begin. Penalties if need be beyond. Spot in Group B on the line in this play-in game. Main draw of the tournament begins with group play tomorrow. Referee coming in to break up the huddle for Nicaragua, wanting that little bit of extra time before we begin this second period of extra time. 5 minutes on the clock. Will a winner be produced in this extra time, or we head to penalties? Tightly contested between Honduras and Nicaragua. A furious late comeback from Honduras in the final 3 minutes of regulation to get it to 5-5 after they trailed 5-3, and away we go. Bulk of the chances in the first extra time belonged to Nicaragua, who wrestled control of the game back. To the sideline, played in front, still loose, poked away. Last ditch defending on the Honduras side. Played in, Lee. Goes for goal, saved by Bustillo. Not convincing though, still loose. The sense that something may be building for Nicaragua. But in total control. Got a cross. Chance here for the captain, saved by Bustillo, denying Ortega. Played in by Honduras. Foul goes against Nicaragua. Buzzer sounding, clarifying that this was actually the 5th foul. So that's what the confusion was over, and the referee's discussing it here. Getting the foul total right. Remember, 5 accumulated fouls leads to a kick from the second penalty mark. the number doesn't reset at the end of regulation going into extra time, only resets at halftime. That's where this confusion has spurred from, and that was the fifth. Referees went back to the count, and here's an opportunity on a free kick from the second penalty mark for Raquel Alvarado to give Honduras the lead against Jamie Uros in goal. Could this be the difference in the second extra time? It's Raquel Alvarado, and it's through. Uros got a piece of it, but it slips under her legs into the goal. Honduras have now scored 3 unanswered of their own and lead 6-5 in extra time. Oh, it just goes in off the hand. Second goal for Alvarado. 1 on a direct free kick, 1 on that kick from the second penalty mark. Nicaragua playing from behind again. They trailed 2-0. They trailed 3-1. From there, they took a 5-3 lead after trailing 3-1. 2 late regulation goals from Honduras, and now this goal in the second extra time have them ahead. A spot in Group B on the line to join Canada, the United States, and Costa Rica in the main draw of the tournament. That begins tomorrow. Whoever wins this game does have to turn right around and play tomorrow. The next 3 days, the 29th and 30th of April and the 1st of May, we'll see both groups play their matches. 3 straight days of group play, a day off on Friday, May 2nd. Semis on the 3rd, that's on Saturday, and then the final on Sunday, the 4th. So whoever wins this has to regroup quickly and get right back to it tomorrow. The winner of this plays the United States tomorrow. The whole U.S. team and their coaching staff were in the stands at the start of this one, scouting to the end line for Honduras, gathered by Nicaragua. Under 3 minutes for Nicaragua to find an equalizer. Yellow card to the coaching staff for Honduras. Played through. Honduras looking for another. And they're finally electing to flag the goalkeeper. Nicaragua, goalkeeper out, extra field player on. So attacking with an extra player. The net is empty at the other end. Just over 2 minutes to play, needing a leveling goal. From midfield, it's out. Bustillo, not 100%, has had a couple of injuries in this. One back by Lee. Corner for Nicaragua. Rolled back to midfield, rifled back in. Played in by Mena, looking crossfield. Ortega inside. Diana Ortega, the captain, has that yellow penny on right now. She's the acting goalkeeper for Nicaragua as they get the extra attacker out there. Honduras have not been able to test her since they took off Jamie Uroz, who's standing at the bottom of your screen, the actual goalkeeper. This is Ortega having an extra attacker out there now, Nicaragua. 90 seconds remaining for them to find a leveler. Played through for Hernandez and lost. They have not done anything since they got the extra attacker out there. Bustillo looking long, out of play, back to Nicaragua. Munguia. Crossfield to Lee. Lee finds Munguia. Hernandez. Honduras, can they get a look at the empty net? Can Nicaragua find an equalizer? A minute to play. Munguia. Errant pass. On the free kick goal from Raquel Alvarado in this second extra time, Honduras have the lead. Came after Nicaragua reached the 5-foul mark. They didn't have the respite of that resetting at the start of extra time. It only resets at halftime. Hernandez goes for goal, saved by Bustillo. And she goes for goal. Hanging in the air and brought down. Wise move from Bustillo to try and score and put this out of reach. Back the other way though now for Nicaragua. Net still empty. Deflected. 32 seconds. Excitement rising for Honduras. Munguia. 20 seconds. Oh, Ortega lost it. Honduras have done an incredible job defensively here down the stretch. Oh, they give it away now. 16 seconds to play. Going for goal. Bustillo makes the save. Corner with 14 seconds. Corner taken quickly. Lee lays it off. Cutting in field. Munguia goes for goal. Blocked. Comes out to Ortega. 5 seconds. Lee has to shoot. Lee lays it off. 2 seconds and 1. Horn sounds. Honduras wins it 6-5 over Nicaragua. They've earned their way into the main draw of the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship. I look back at the highlights from a dramatic opener here in the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship play-in matchup between Honduras and Nicaragua. The winner would go through into Group B in the main draw that begins tomorrow. Early on, you could sense that Nicaragua was going to be in much of the control, but didn't necessarily mean they were going to win, because Honduras showed a penchant for picking up on these individual moments and making the most of them as the early stages of this one wore on. Amador scores on the chip, then a little while later on the free kick, Alvarado makes it 2-0. So for all the control Nicaragua had, it was Honduras doing the scoring until a breakdown at the back would open the door for Nicaragua. Reina Hernandez puts it home, made it 2-1 Honduras. But shortly thereafter, Honduras would call a timeout, they would regroup, and they would retake a 2-goal lead. Came here on a broken down play in front, just sticking with it there. Catherine Amador did all she could to battle, get back to her feet and poke it through. That made it 3-1. Then the run came for Nicaragua. After being down 3-1, they would score 4 unanswered goals, one of them before halftime. It comes here. Hernandez scores her second. So it went to the break at 3-2 in favor of Honduras. But the momentum had squarely then been on the side of Nicaragua with the way that first half ended. They picked up right where they left off in the second half. They scored a couple of quick ones to take the lead, and it left Honduras a bit shell-shocked. Took them a while to claw back into it. This goal here would make it 3-3, brilliantly executed, open at the back post, and tapped in on the feed from Lee. The finish came from Rosa Mena. Right off the ensuing kickoff, Mena picks the pocket of Moncada and slots it home. So just like that, from 3-2 down, they go 4-3 up. Momentum squarely on their side. Honduras didn't have an answer, and they would build on it. This is where it seemed like the life was taken out of the sails for Honduras. Put in on the backside by Arvizu. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Honduras would start to find some hope again. Down 5-3. It was fumbled in front by the keeper, but she would make a stop there. Uroz given away. Amador comes the other way. Big save again by Uroz. So it was starting to build for Honduras, and finally it would make it 5-4. It was touched back out to Moncada, deflected on the way through, and that was enough to make it 5-4. About 3 minutes and change remaining. They had the momentum back on their side. Right there, it took a touch and nothing that Uroz could do. Played over the top here by Bustillo, chested down by Amador, the chip again. Remember how the scoring started with her chip to open the play. She does it again. This made it 5-5, sending us to extra time at 5-5. First extra time came and went with no goals scored. Big save on the free kick there from Alvarado. We'd hear from her a bit later on again. Bustillo was the story of extra time, making save after save. Did not allow a goal in extra time, Honduras. At 5-5, he went to the second extra time. This foul was called, and it created a kick from the second penalty mark for Alvarado. She powers it home off the hand of Uroz, made it 6-5, and that is how it would finish. Despite a late charge from Nicaragua, more saves from Bustillo. It's 6-5, the win for Honduras. They enter Group B. And that will do it for us here. Make sure you're back tomorrow. The next 3 days we'll have group play here in the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship. Honduras played their way in to Group B of the tournament. The crew that makes this possible, I'm Joe Malfa saying so long for now. Stick with us all week long for the inaugural edition of the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship.